We're live from New Delhi. You're watching DD India Live, India's voice to the world. I'm Nipakshi Khurana. Coming up in the next 30 minutes. President Murmu leads the nation in paying tributes to Sardar Patel as India celebrates the 150th birth anniversary of the Iron Man of the country. Prime Minister Modi leads the National Unity Day celebrations, witnessing a grand parade with marching contingents and tableaus at the Statue of Unity in Ekta in Gujarat. Prime Minister Modi highlights government's decisive blow to the menace of Naxalism in his National Unity Day speech, vows to root it out. India-US signs 10-year defence pact to boost indigenous production. And Andrew stripped of royal titles, evicted from Windsor residence following weeks of intense scrutiny over his links to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. And in sports, India breaks an all-time record to beat Australia in second semi-final. Will face South Africa in the final of the Women's World Cup in Mumbai on Sunday. And on to the details now. India celebrates the 150th birth anniversary of Sardar Patel, the first Deputy Prime Minister and Home Minister of the country. The day is celebrated as National Unity Day. Well, President Draupadi Murmu offered floral tributes at the statue of Sardar Patel in New Delhi. The President, in a social media post, described Sardar Patel as a great patriot, visionary leader and nation builder who accomplished the historic task of unifying the nation through his unwavering resolve, indomitable courage and adept leadership. She said that Sardar Patel's dedication and spirit of national service continue to inspire all Indians. Union Home Minister Amit Shah, Lieutenant Governor of Delhi V.K. Saxena, and Delhi Chief Minister Rekha Gupta, along with other dignitaries, also paid floral tributes to Sardar Patel at his statue on the occasion of National Unity Day. Well, Prime Minister Narendra Modi participated in the Rashtriya Ekta Divas celebrations in Gujarat's Ekta Nagar, marking the 150th birth anniversary of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Prime Minister Modi offered floral tributes to Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel at his statue known as the Statue of Unity. He also administered the Ekta Divas pledge to participants at the Statue of Unity. Through his pledge, participants reaffirmed their commitment to preserving the unity, integrity and security of the nation. The pledge also emphasized the importance of spreading this message among the fellow countrymen. And in his address, Prime Minister Modi said that the government has dealt a decisive and powerful blow to Naxalism and Maoist terrorism since 2014. And he said that we will wipe out the menace.
2014 के बाद हमारी सरकार ने नक्सलवाद, माओवादी आतंक पर प्रचंड प्रहार किया। हमने शहरों में बैठे अर्बन नक्सलियों के समर्थकों, अर्बन नक्सलियों को भी किनारे लगाया। हमने वैचारिक लड़ाई भी जीती और नक्सलियों के गढ़ में जाकर उनसे मोर्चा लिया। इसका परिणाम आज देश के सामने है। 2014 के पहले देश के करीब 125 जिले माओवादी आतंक की चपेट में थे। आज ये संख्या केवल 11 बची है और उसमें भी सिर्फ 3 जिलों में ही नक्सलवाद अभी भी कुछ गंभीर रूप से हावी है। और आज मैं सरदार पटेल के सानिध्य में एकता नगर की इस धरती से पूरे देश को भरोसा दिलाता हूं, जब तक देश नक्सलवाद, माओवाद, उस आतंक से पूरी तरह मुक्त नहीं हो जाता, हम रुकने वाले नहीं हैं।
Well, on decisive fight against infiltration, Prime Minister Modi pledged to expel each infiltrator from the country.
आज देश की एकता और आंतरिक सुरक्षा को बहुत बड़ा खतरा घुसपैठियों से भी है। देश के भीतर दशकों से विदेशी घुसपैठिए आते रहे, वो देशवासियों के संसाधनों पर कब्जा करते रहे, डेमोग्राफी का संतुलन बिगाड़ते रहे, देश की एकता दांव पर लगाते रहे। लेकिन पुरानी सरकारें इतनी बड़ी समस्या पर आंख मूंदे रही। वोट बैंक की राजनीति के लिए राष्ट्र की सुरक्षा को जानबूझकर खतरे में डाला गया।
Well, the Unity Day celebrations also featured a grand parade, cultural performances and tributes showcasing India's unity and diversity. Well, the Rashtriya Ekta Divas featured contingents from the BSF, CRPF and state police forces. The parade also honoured Shaurya Chakra and Gallantry Medal awardees for their courage in anti-Naxal and counter-terror operations. Well, a special highlight was the BSF squad of Indian breed dogs led by Mudhol Hound Ria. The Hound squad has also been praised by Prime Minister Modi in Man Ki Baat for promoting indigenous breeds and modern training.
तो अपने लक्ष्य तक पहुंचना हो तो ये स्वदेशी श्वान सक्षम हैं, समर्थ हैं। कठिन डगर अडिग कदम, टेढ़े मेढ़े पहाड़ी नुमा रास्तों पर लक्ष्य तक पहुंचने के लिए तैयार इंडियन ब्रीड रामपुर हाउंड की श्वान सुंदरी। ये बीएसएफ मुधोल हाउंड का ये डॉग राजा, यह प्रदर्शन भारतीय नस्ल के बारे में एक शक्तिशाली संदेश देता है कि ये ताकतवर हैं, फुर्तीले हैं, साहसी। और एक बार फिर सामने देखें, तीव्रता के साथ ऊंची छलांग, और इसी के साथ
Well, to highlight the message of unity in diversity, tableau representing different states and union territories participated in the Unity Day parade. A total of 10 tableaus were featured, showcasing contributions from the National Security Guard, NDRF, Gujarat, Jammu and Kashmir, Andaman and Nicobar Islands, Manipur, Maharashtra, Chhattisgarh, Uttarakhand and Puducherry, each reflecting the spirit of India's unity in diversity.
और अब बस्तर की समृद्ध संस्कृति, शिल्प, ढोकरा और शिव उपासना से जुड़ी समृद्ध परंपराओं और छत्तीसगढ़ की
दर्शनीय है। जिन्होंने गुजरात राज्य से भारत संघ बड़ा ऊंचा चिनाब रेल पुल केसर की खेती एक विहंगम स्वरूप के साथ अग्रसर। ये है जम्मू और कश्मीर की झांकी।
तत्व एकत्व पर आधारित दार्शनिक विचार।
Well, also, professional riders performed thrilling motorcycle stunts and synchronized formations at Sardar Patel's birthday celebrations. The crowd was left awe-inspired as engines roared and wheels defied gravity with every daring maneuver. A cultural program also featuring 900 artists showcased India's classical dances representing the richness and diversity of Indian culture. The event symbolized the national unity and commemorated Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel's legacy. Meanwhile, Home Minister Amit Shah on Friday flagged off a run for unity from Major Dhyan Chand National Stadium in Delhi on the occasion of Rashtriya Ekta Divas. While speaking on the occasion, the Home Minister praised Sardar Patel, stating that modern India is a result of Patel's vision and efforts. He further pointed out that Prime Minister Modi has fulfilled Sardar Patel's resolve by abrogating Article 370.
न्याय होता था, इसमें बारडोली सत्याग्रह हुआ। गुजरात के दक्षिणी छोर पर बारडोली सत्याग्रह जब हुआ, तब सभी लोग मानते थे कि अंग्रेज नहीं झुकेगा। सरदार साहब के नेतृत्व में किसानों ने आंदोलन शुरू किया और देखते देखते एक छोटे से कस्बे में फैला हुआ वो आंदोलन देश भर के किसानों का आंदोलन बनकर रह गया और अंततोगत्वा अंग्रेजों ने किसानों की बात माननी पड़ी और उसी आंदोलन को लेकर महात्मा गांधी ने वल्लभ भाई पटेल को सरदार वल्लभ भाई पटेल का उपनाम लिया और वहीं से वल्लभ भाई पटेल सरदार पटेल बने।
Well, the celebration of National Unity Day is marked by various events and activities across the country. One of the key highlights of the day is the Run for Unity, a nationwide marathon held to honor Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel's vision of a united India. Initiated as a call for solidarity in 2015, the Run for Unity symbolizes a pledge not only for national cohesion but also for a progressive, developed India, embodying the vision of a united and prosperous future.
और जिसके लिए हमारे
Well, the nationwide event aims to promote a spirit of unity, integrity and national security, echoing Sardar Patel's vision of a strong and united India. National Unity Day serves as a reminder of the values that Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel embodied: unity, integrity and inclusiveness. And as the nation celebrates Rashtriya Ekta Divas today, marking the 150th birth anniversary of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Mumbai joined in with a spirited run for unity organized by the Mumbai police at Bandra Fort. Now, the 1 kilometer run flagged off by Joint Commissioner of Police, Law and Order, Satyanarayan Chaudhary, saw participation from actors Farhan Akhtar, veteran actor Nasruddin Shah, actresses Preeti Jangiani and Neha Pense, along with students from Anjuman-e-Islam's Dr. MIJ Girls High School in Met College. Now, the event, which began and ended at Bandra Fort, reflected Mumbai's vibrant spirit, bringing citizens, students and celebrities together in a shared tribute to Sardar Patel's enduring vision of unity.
आज सरदार वल्लभ भाई पटेल जी की 150वीं जयंती है। इसके लिए हम यहाँ पे आए हैं रन फॉर यूनिटी मैराथन के लिए। ये बहुत ही अच्छा इनिशिएटिव है महाराष्ट्र पुलिस का, मुंबई पुलिस का, बांद्रा पुलिस का। इट्स अमेजिंग, इतने सारे लोग आए हुए हैं, बहुत अच्छा लगता है। ये इनिशिएटिव्स बहुत ज़रूरी है।
This is for Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel's 150th anniversary, and I would like to congratulate Bandra Police for organizing this and for inviting all of us.
And moving on, India's President Draupadi Murmu shared her experience while flying in a Rafale aircraft over Ambala, Kurukshetra in Haryana. In a social media post, the President said that it was an unforgettable experience for her. She highlighted that the ancient land of Kurukshetra and Brahm Sarovar are a symbol of India's cultural diversity and historical journey. President Murmu said her faith in the country's military capability has become more firm.
की को देख रही हो, जो हमारी सांस्कृतिक विविधता और ऐतिहासिक यात्रा का प्रतीक है। हमारी सैन्य से क्षमता और मेरा विश्वास और अधिक दृढ़ हो रहा है। मैं इस उड़ान से के लिए सैनिकों को बहुत-बहुत धन्यवाद देना चाहती हूँ।
And still to come on this edition of DD India Live. Pakistan and Afghanistan agreed to maintain ceasefire ahead of fresh peace talks in Istanbul. Hamas hands over bodies of 2 Israeli hostages as Gaza ceasefire remains fragile. And India aims to extend momentum as rain-hit series moves to Melbourne for second T20 international against Australia.
Reddit users are debating whether British even used the divide and rule policy.
This question of whether there was divide and rule is like asking sort of whether the sun rises in the east. It was to accentuate the sense of separation and difference, which ultimately culminated in the tragic horrors of partition. Freedom struggle was a struggle for everybody. How can we accept the logic that had divided the nation? The original sin is right at the feet of the British.
Welcome back. You're watching DD India Live. I'm Vipakshi Khurana, and moving on, India's Defence Minister Rajnath Singh and US Secretary of War Pete Hegseth on Friday exchanged an agreement on the framework for the US-India Major Defence Partnership in Kuala Lumpur. Now, the agreements were signed during the talks between the two leaders on the sidelines of the regional ASEAN Defence Ministers meeting in Kuala Lumpur. The Defence Minister said the agreement will usher in a new era in already strong India-US defence partnership. He added that the defence framework will provide a policy direction to the entire spectrum of the India-US defence relationship.
3 बार टेलीफोनिक वार्ता हमारी हो चुकी है और जब आपसे एडीएम के साइडलाइंस पर व्यक्तिगत रूप से मिलकर मुझे बेहद खुशी हुई है और इस अवसर पर डिफेंस फ्रेमवर्क की शाइनिंग मैं समझता हूँ कि उसके परिणाम स्वरूप आज एक नए अध्याय का प्रारंभ होगा। इन शब्दों के साथ मैं पुनः आपको धन्यवाद देता हूँ और मेरा पूरा विश्वास है कि आपकी लीडरशिप में भारत और यूएस के रिश्ते और अधिक मजबूत होंगे।
Well, Pakistan and Afghanistan have agreed on a continuation of a ceasefire after talks held in Istanbul with the mediation of Turkey and Qatar. Turkey's foreign ministry confirmed that Pakistan and Afghanistan will hold another round of peace talks in Istanbul next week and will maintain a ceasefire until then. Also, the talks set for November 6th come in the wake of the deadliest clashes between the South Asian neighbours since the Taliban returned to power in 2021. More than 70 people were killed and hundreds wounded in violence that erupted in after explosions in Kabul on October 9th, which Taliban authorities blamed on Pakistan. And on to West Asia now, Hamas has handed over 2 bodies of deceased Israeli hostages on Thursday, a day after the tenuous Gaza ceasefire was shaken by a series of deadly Israeli strikes across the enclave. Now, the Israeli military said in a statement that the bodies of hostages Amiram Cooper and Seher Baruch were returned to Israel forces via the Red Cross in Gaza for burial after an identification process was completed. Well, under the ceasefire accord, Hamas released all living hostages in return for nearly 2,000 Palestinian prisoners and wartime detainees, while Israel pulled back its troops, halted its offensive and increased aid into the enclave. Now, Hamas also agreed to hand over the remains of all 28 dead hostages in exchange for 360 Palestinian militants killed in the war. Up to Thursday, it had handed over 15 bodies. Israel says Hamas has been too slow to hand over the remaining bodies of hostages still in Gaza. Hamas says it will take time to locate and retrieve all of the remains. And Britain's King Charles III has stripped his brother Prince Andrew of his remaining titles and evicted him from his royal residence after weeks of pressure to act over his relationship with sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Now, Buckingham Palace said on Thursday the king initiated a formal process to remove the titles and honours of Prince Andrew. After the king's rare move, Andrew will be known as Andrew Mountbatten Windsor and not as a prince, and he will move from his royal lodge residence into a private accommodation. It is almost unprecedented for a British prince or princess to be stripped of that title. It last happened in 1919 when Prince Ernest Augustus, who was a UK royal and also a Prince of Hanover, had his British title removed for siding with Germany during the First World War. And now to some sports news now. India stormed into the final of the Women's Cricket World Cup. In a thrilling semi-final at Navi Mumbai, India defeated defending champions Australia by 5 wickets to secure the place in the summit clash. This is the 3rd time India has reached the final of the Women's ODI World Cup, but they're still chasing their first ever title. India will now face South Africa in a blockbuster final on the 2nd of November. That's on Sunday.
India has reached the final of the Women's Cricket World Cup after defeating 7-time champions Australia. In the semi-final played at the D.Y. Patel Stadium in Navi Mumbai, Australia won the toss and elected to bat first. The defending champions posted a strong total of 338 runs before being bowled out in 49.5 overs. Captain Eliza Healy fell cheaply to Kranti Gaur, giving India an early breakthrough. Phoebe Litchfield and Elise Perry then stitched together a 155-run stand for the second wicket. Litchfield registered her maiden World Cup century, scoring a brilliant 119 runs, while Perry added 77 and Ashley Gardner contributed 63 to take Australia to a commanding total of 338. Chasing a record 339, India had a shaky start as Shafali Verma and Smriti Mandhana departed early. However, Jemima Rodrigues and captain Harmanpreet Kaur steadied the innings with a crucial 167-run partnership for the third wicket. Harmanpreet played a fine knock of 89 before being dismissed, while Jemima Rodrigues went on to score her maiden World Cup century. Contributions from Deepti Sharma, Richa Ghosh and Amanjot Kaur helped India seal the chase in 48.3 overs with 5 wickets in hand. Jemima Rodrigues remained unbeaten on 127 and was named Player of the Match. The 339-run target is now the highest ever successfully chased in Women's World Cup history. India have reached the Women's ODI World Cup final for the 3rd time, still in search of their maiden title. They will take on South Africa in the final on November 2 in Navi Mumbai.
India has finally ended Australia's unbeaten run in the World Cup and defeated them by 5 wickets in the semi-final. India will now face South Africa in the final on Sunday. Both the teams have never won the World Cup, so we are definitely going to have a new world champion in women's cricket this time. With camera person Ashish Sharma, this is Suchitra reporting for DD India in Navi Mumbai.
And in men's cricket, India heads to the Melbourne Cricket Ground for the second T20 international against Australia on Friday. In the opening game, Suryakumar roared back to form with a 24-ball 39 as India got off to a good start. However, rain had the last word in Canberra as the match was abandoned with India strongly placed at 97 for 1 after 9.4 overs. And today, the world is celebrating Halloween. The name Halloween comes from All Hallows Eve, or the day before All Saints' Day. It is a festival of costumes, candies, spooky tales and ghostly decorations enjoyed across many parts of the world. Take a look.
Tonight, the air is filled with thrills, chills and a hint of mischief. Halloween is here. The one night when ghosts, witches and ghouls come out to play and children and adults alike embrace spooky fun. From carved pumpkins glowing eerily on doorsteps to haunted houses and costume parties, Halloween is all about celebrating creativity and a little fright-filled fun. Trick-or-treaters roam the streets in a perfect mix of excitement and suspense. Halloween's origins date back more than 2,000 years to the Celtic festival of Samhain, a harvest celebration that coincided with the beginning of the new year. People believed that on this night, the spirits of the dead roamed the earth. Hence, they wore masks and other disguises to avoid being recognized by ghosts believed to be present. Those mystical rituals help give modern Halloween its cast of classic characters, the witches, the ghosts, the goblins, and other things that go bump in the night, and the now light-hearted practice of dressing up. And it's not just for kids. Adults are joining in too, with themed parties, horror movie marathons, and creative decor that turns neighborhoods into miniature haunted worlds. But amidst the fun, safety is key. Whether it is keeping an eye on little trick-or-treaters, lighting the way safely, or choosing safe costumes. Halloween is about fun, fright, and memories that linger long after the night ends. Tripti Tripachi's report for DD India.
All right, that's all for this edition of DD India Live. Well, let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. For those on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates from India and across the world with the DD India mobile app. The app is available on both Android and iOS platforms. Scan the QR code on the screen to download now. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Nipakshi Khurana from all of us here in Delhi. Thanks for watching DD India Live.